I fit in here in Williamson County. I fit in with the moms at school, and I fit in with the people I exercised with at the Y. I didn't know that my life wasn't what I thought it was. And then one piece by another, it started to unravel, and then the whole thing came apart. And when it came apart, I mean, it came apart. I literally couldn't take my son home. I ended up at the Domestic Violence Center, and I asked her, how does this happen to somebody like me? And she said, somebody like who? And that is when it kind of hit me that like this unraveling could happen to anybody. And then all of the emotions started to come up in different waves. I was so mad. Oh, I was so mad. I was mad at my abuser. I was mad at the world because it just wasn't fair. You know, I've done all the things, and I've cared, and I've worked hard, and I've loved, and I've been responsible. What is this? I have nothing. I've worked for my whole life and built a family and friendships, and I've lost almost all of that. Because when something like this happens, people scatter. I felt really alone because I wasn't scared going into GraceWorks itself, but I was just scared of what was going to happen if it didn't work. What if I went into GraceWorks and I didn't fit the profile?
Hi, welcome to GraceWorks. How can I help you?
GraceWorks was incredible. I've never had to ask for help before. I didn't know what I was walking into, and I walked into kindness, and I walked into empowerment and belief in me and in my story, compassion and real listening. I was really surprised. The very first person who met with me, it was really apparent that he cared. He was investing in what I was telling him. He was investing himself in my story. He was concerned about my son. He was concerned about my pets. He was concerned about me. And in the end, he asked if he could pray with me. And I said yes, but he wasn't praying for me. He was praying for me. And he was praying the words and the problems that I couldn't pray, or that I hadn't been praying. Because I hadn't been praying, I had been holding on for dear life. It just split me wide open. And remembering it is so beautiful. And it's not the only time that I had that experience at GraceWorks. Sorry. Because it's a common occurrence at GraceWorks. I feel like there's just always a presence there between people. That people are there with purpose, and it's shared. And that to me is just, it's so beautiful. By the time I left, I was mind blown. Mind blown. I had the ability to move into my own apartment. There was a help with utility bills. I had help with food. At one point, I had some clothing vouchers. So those things were helpful. It's incredible knowing that in your community, there is a safety net, that if you, as a single parent, single working parent, if you have an emergency, there is actually a group of people that you can call and talk with and pray with, and they will help you figure out a solution. That's incredible.